What a wonderful day to be alive. It's good to have you with me again. I hope you've enjoyed the meditation time. We can think about different things, look into people's lives, because the lives that are shown in the Word give us an inspiration about doing things in a right and proper way. Now, in the Word, it doesn't only show the good, it shows the bad, it shows everything, because we have things to deal with, and sometimes we make just stupid mistakes. And so I wanted to just talk about Father Abraham, and I love this man. He's the man of faith, father of our faith. He's just amazing guy. I mean, he heard God's word and he just did it. He went out and did it, expecting things that were completely unseen and unheard of. I believe his family wondered, why are you doing some of these things? But interesting enough, the word says he had a most amazingly beautiful wife, Sarah. And most of us think, well, that's awesome. That's a good thing to have a good, awesome, beautiful wife. But he was concerned this lady was so beautiful that even when she was up in age, he was concerned someone would kill him for her. That's a little rough. And so he came up with a plan. And I just want to read you a little poem I wrote about Abraham's plan to protect himself and his wife. And sometimes our plans don't work out so good. God's plans always work out excellent, but sometimes our plans don't work out so good. So I'm going to call this the new man who came into Gerar. And it's about a deceptive truth. You can tell the truth, but it's not always the truth. This is a bit of a deceptive truth. And so it goes like this. Abraham came walking into the city, and his wife was looking real pretty. He didn't want to end up in a fight, so he made up a story that wasn't right. Sarah, I think they will want to kill me, and that idea doesn't really thrill me. If we meet some nasty mister, I'll just tell him you're my sister. They both thought that was a great plan, until the king decided he was a real man, and he'd better find yet another bride. So he saddled up his horse and went for a ride. He rode across the land looking all around, and he could not believe what he found. His mouth dropped open and his eyes bugged out. She wasn't too skinny, she wasn't too stout. The king thought, she must be new in town. On his last ride she wasn't around. He thought he better check if she was hitched. He was so excited his eyebrow twitched. The king asked, is she married or is she free? I want to take her home with me. They said, I don't know if she's his bride, but she came to town by Abraham's side. When they called Abraham to the scene, the smile left his face and he turned a little green. Abraham, my friend, is this your significant other? He said, no, my lord, I'm just her brother. Abimelech took her back to his place. He dressed her in pearls, velvet, and lace. He was so pleased, he felt so grand, he had found the finest lady in all the land.
Hey! Whoa!
Abraham wandered around all sullen and sad. He had done something stupid and was feeling bad. He called on his God, not knowing what to do. But his God said, I'll take care of you. It's not me that I'm worried about. It's Sarah that I can't live without. He told God about his little scandal. God said it's nothing he couldn't handle. God met Abimelech in a dream by night. It gave the king a terrible fright. God said, Abimelech, you're as good as dead. You should have found another lady instead. Don't kill me because I should have found another. Abraham said he was her brother. God said, I know the integrity of your heart, or I would have already taken you apart. Now, Abimelech, you must return Sarah to her gent, because your time here on earth is nearly spent. Abraham is a prophet who I love, and him and Sarah fit like a glove. Is there anything I can say or do? I hate to think my life is through. Restore Sarah without pretension, and I'll give you a life extension. Abimelech summoned his officials early in the morning. They stood wide-eyed as he explained God's warning. The king's voice trailed off to a whisper, but his words couldn't have come through any crisper. He quietly said, the problem isn't only mine. All who belong to me have their life on the line. A few were so afraid that they just sat and pouted, so distraught that their thoughts were clouded. Some jumped and shouted and threw dust in the air. Others tore their clothes and sat in ashes to show that they care. But the king knew exactly what to do. He gathered gifts, and not just a few. The others wasted no time looking for something to give. Everyone was generous because they wanted to live. They gathered servants and oxen and sheep. Abimelech gave them to Abraham to keep. Then with great honor and the highest esteem, he gathered silver, the currency used to redeem. He said, Sarah, 1,000 shekels of silver is now your brother's. This is to publicly vindicate you before him and the others. So Abraham graciously accepted the gifts and his wife, and went before God for Abimelech and his family's life. When Abraham prayed, life was restored to the king, and his family could have children and everything.